Hi everyone, Andrew Johns here. Here is your BC Recovery Benefit Report Card. For the BC NDP Party, you got a concept score of a C+, but execution is a big F or fail. In our previous video, we recorded firsthand our experience of applying for the BC Recovery Benefits. Take a look at that video, and our conclusion, it's been a bit of a fail. The stories we're hearing from social media and the press are accurate. The application process for the recovery benefit is convoluted and time-consuming. It can be done with enough patience and, most importantly, with a little preparation. So watch this video, how to apply for the BC Recovery Benefit, and get your step-by-step guide on how to get your $500 to $1,000. In this video, we're going to analyze the purpose of the policy, break down the reasons why the BC government got this so wrong, and finally how they can fix it. So first of all, the purpose of the BC Recovery Benefit. On December 8th, 2020, John Horgan tweeted, "British Columbians have come together to fight COVID-19 with resilience and strength. As we build an economic recovery, that includes everyone, we're delivering the BC Recovery Benefit to people as soon as possible, up to $1,000 for families and $500 to individuals." Since this benefit is meant to assist British Columbians who have been negatively affected by the COVID-19 virus, I go back to the very first and most glaring flaw with this policy. Qualification is based on your 2019 taxable income, not 2020. Trick question here. How many British Columbians lost their jobs due to COVID-19 global pandemic in 2019? Hint, the answer is the same number as the number of times the Vancouver Canucks have won the Stanley Cup. Go Canucks, go. One group that seems to me shouldn't be benefiting from this program are retirees, or at least those that don't need it. You see, most retirees either are getting by on their retirement savings or their government pension, neither of which have been negatively affected by this global pandemic. Look, stock markets are at all-time highs right now. As an example, a lifelong retired teacher or public servant has not missed one single pension benefit throughout this entire pandemic. A couple who has a $8.5 million personal net worth but low income could qualify for this benefit, but a 30-year-old father with 3 children who's lost his sales job in 2020 due to COVID-19 cannot. This takes me back to John Horgan's tweet from October 22nd when he wrote, "This has been a challenging time, but I'm always going to keep working for the people, not for the wealthy and well-connected, but for all of us. We're going to get through this together. That's my commitment to you." Now that we've identified how simply unjust this program is, where some people who don't qualify should, and other people who do qualify shouldn't, now let's look at the application process itself. This is where things really fall apart. As you can see from our how to apply for the BC Recovery Benefit video, again, go and take a look at that one first if you need help. Anyone planning to apply for this benefit needs the following information. They need line 23600 of their 2019 income tax return, social insurance number, driver's license number, direct deposit information, and high-speed internet and computer. This means-tested application process requires resources and knowledge that truly separates the haves from the have-nots. Having your 2019 income tax return handy and knowing where to find direct deposit information are positively correlated with income. In fact, I find it terribly ironic that those people in our province who would benefit the most from the BC Recovery Benefit are also the ones who are going to have the most difficulty in receiving it. As I said in my previous video, imagine if you're a person with disabilities, a single mom working 2 jobs and trying to put food on the table for her children, or an unemployed hotel worker dealing with the depression of the COVID-19 lockdown and being laid off. These are the types of people who need this $500 to $1,000 the most, and they're often the ones that have the least amount of resources to make these applications. To finish, I want to reflect on John Horgan's continued Twitter feed from December 8th when he said, "The tax-free BC Recovery Benefit will help up to 3.7 million people, or approximately 90% of adults in BC, apply for the benefit online starting December 18th. In this tweet, Horgan admits that 90% of adults in BC will qualify for this program. I hope BC or NDP are listening to this right now. Here's my much simpler solution. Send a $500 check to every taxpayer who's an adult in BC today. The system's already in place, set up through CRA. It would be much easier to administer. The government doesn't have to administer millions of applications and can simply slap a $500 flat tax on anyone in the year 2020, where most people have lost their jobs, who've earned more than $63,000. That way you get your money back in a matter of a few months when people start filing their tax returns. Under this solution, now more people who've lost their livelihood in 2020 will qualify for this benefit, more people will get checks in their bank sooner, and the administrative cost to taxpayers will be a fraction of this currently convoluted program. Here's another irony. This idea I just proposed, I didn't come up with this. Sending a check to everybody comes straight from the federal NDP themselves. On April 7th, 2020, the leader of the federal NDP, Jagmeet Singh, tweeted, "Too many people can't access CERB." Remember CERB? Very similar program federally. "Today I have written to the Prime Minister to encourage him to send direct financial support to all Canadians. When Parliament comes back, we have an opportunity to make changes to CERB so that no one is left behind. So in closing, I have another message for Mr. Horgan. John, I'm still available to take your call. You guys have a really good idea here, but you're failing miserably in the eyes of many British Columbians, and you've only been back in office for a few weeks. The execution of this BC Recovery program is a debacle. You clearly need some help. Give me a ring at my office or send me a message on Twitter. I'd be happy to help. Alternatively, you can call your friend Jugmeat and get him to explain how a better rollout would be by sending checks to everybody today in the same way he was promoting the CERB program earlier this summer. Ask him if the program is any different. For the rest of you, hope you enjoyed this video. We'll have something for you new when more details come.